Good evening, everybody. My name is Rebecca Varela, and I am happy to be here with you all today. I will be speaking about the safer use of guns and raising awareness on mass shootings. In the United States, we have the Second Amendment, which calls for the right to bear arms. For many people, this topic has become sensitive, something that we avoid talking about. People have even become intimidated by the thought of owning a weapon. If you have ever become curious about wanting to own a weapon, it is probably because you have had concerns for your safety, which is a valid reason given our rights that we are able to own a weapon if it means defending ourselves. The primary reason for owning a gun being safety related, however, is now on the decline. Since the Constitution was written according to Carol Hand, as of 1999, only 26% of gun owners consider their reason for owning a weapon as safety-related, compared to 39% being for hunting or for sports such as target-related. Our Second Amendment has been compromised because of this. Now it is taken for granted and not used for the right reasons. Therefore, this is now a cause for concern. We should have more restrictions that make it harder to purchase a gun, or should there be more restrictions on the person purchasing the weapon? Today I will be raising awareness on how critical this term has come to be. As of late, purchasing a weapon gives the authority of taking a life if not used correctly or responsibly. The use of guns is something serious. As we all know by now, there has been a series of unfortunate events because of lethal weapons such as mass shootings. According to data collected by the FBI, mass shootings have increased at the rate of 60% from 2000 to 2022. There needs to be some type of justice, some type of healing for those who were affected, and control as to who gets to purchase these weapons. Not only has the life of many innocent children, teachers, and bystanders been affected or taken at the cost of weapons, but it is also a domino effect for everyone who is involved. It isn't fair that anyone can purchase a gun. After what we have seen, how can an 18-year-old purchase a lethal weapon? If they aren't responsible enough to purchase alcohol or to purchase cigarettes, what makes them responsible enough to purchase a lethal weapon? According to Salem Press Encyclopedia, for many, the massive shooting that we could think of, the first one that we could think of was the Columbine shooting, and it shook the world. It affected the lives of those lost, the students, the teachers, and the shooters, the families of the shooters. Now it's more often, we could say, a few months ago. Could this also stem from bullying? Should we prioritize mental health at a younger age in schools? What could we do? How could we find the main cause to prevent these tragedies from happening? If we don't find a way to control or minimize these mass shootings, they will all only continue to happen at increasing rates. Bullying could be a factor, but what about the Walmart shooting that took place in our own hometown? This was a matter of race hate. The trauma surgeon from UMC of El Paso recounted his memory of the day it happened. On August 3rd, his statement was, "I am not a military surgeon, but that day he said he thought he saw what looked like a war zone. We need to create a solution to what seems like a never-ending nightmare." Dr. Mark Escott, Austin's chief medical examiner, concluded victims from the Uvalde, Texas mass shooting could have been saved if it wasn't for the severity of the wounds caused by these weapons. Now we don't only have weather drills, but active shooter drills. Drills that never existed are being put into place as a matter of fear. Is this what we want? Is this what we want for our children? Is this really the solution? Do we want to traumatize our kids? One way we could find a possible solution is by having tighter gun law restrictions. I don't oppose owning a weapon. I consider myself pro-gun, as a matter of fact. However, no gun is a solution to taking a life. I feel like we need to meet in the middle. According to Senator Chris Murphy, if we are able to raise the age of people purchasing the guns, as the majority of these people who have done these mass shootings are from the ages of 18 to 19 years old, not only will we have the peace of mind that someone is mature enough to purchase these weapons, but we know that they are mature enough to understand the legal consequences of this. I believe that if you own a lethal weapon, you should be fully aware of the consequences of the misuse of it, let alone be responsible enough to not misplace it anywhere to make it available for it to end up in the wrong hands. We as a nation must come to a conclusion of how serious this is and how it is affecting our future generations. Not only our children, but everyone around us. Our loved ones are becoming victims of these careless acts. We don't want to permanently take away guns. All we want is justice for those who have unfortunately been caught in the fire. The least that we can do in their memory is create some kind of system that is reasonable for those who want to own a lethal weapon. The government is meant to govern people. What are they doing to control these type of situations? We need to pressure them into knowing that we aren't satisfied and we aren't keeping our hands crossed to what is going on. Enough is enough. Innocent bloodshed is at the hands of our government, and we cannot just sit back and wait for them to do something. We need to demand something be done. Tighter rules on who gets to own a weapon. Don't make it easier for an 18-year-old to purchase a weapon. Someone who is full of confusion or hormones that he doesn't even know why he is so full of hate. I too am a victim of this fear. I have given my daughter the speech of what to do in case of a school shooting. As she looked at me asking why someone would want to kill her and her friends. I want to feel confident in dropping my daughter off at school and not wonder if she's going to make it back one day. As many other parents didn't get the same privilege of picking up their children from school. How long will this continue? As I ask you these questions, I want you to keep your loved ones in mind as well. Our Second Amendment doesn't call for us to live in fear, but rather for us to feel safe about owning a lethal weapon. For our safety, our right to bear arms shouldn't have to include the risk of losing our loved ones. I want you to go home today, hold your kids a little tighter, hug them a little longer, as it is a privilege in this generation to be able to do so. Remember, we are the voice for our children. Speak up for them and their safety. They shouldn't have to live in fear, and neither should we. As I conclude my speech today, I want to thank everyone for listening and being a part of it. Thank you.